Hey, everybody. Welcome to. Do you normally start this?
It doesn't matter. It's inside LP. It's casual.
Oh, hey, everybody. Welcome to
Welcome to Inside LP, where we talk
Inside
about what we're
LP.
working on and giving you the latest news as it breaks or as we have chance to analyze it on a Laughing Place. So first of all, Doobie, I gotta give you a shout out. Um, this is currently appearing on YouTube, but it's also on laughingplace.com/TV, where you can watch 24/7 Disney news and info. Sometimes we'll have just late, news and clips and things, and sometimes we'll be live talking like we're talking right now. So if you always want to know what's happening as it's happening, um, that's where to go. So please check us out over there. You'll see a lot more of us over there and get the latest news quicker and faster at laughingplace.com/TV. So first, I think we should start I think the big news that wasn't exactly a surprise. We'll get a little inside LP in a little bit, but Doctor Who is coming to Disney Plus. So unless you live in a place where you actually get the BBC, like the United Kingdom or Ireland, did you know those are two different countries, Doobie?
I found that out when I typed this up. I would like to say that I am Doobie, as you said, and you are Benji, the CEO of Laughing Place, because introductions are important. And JJ Smith, that is a fantastic question, and we're looking into it. Accessing LPTV via Roku.
Oh, okay. I was thinking like, okay, he corrected himself. I was thinking he's like, we're gonna like jump up steps and like
up the steps. No.
So in any case, Doctor Who's coming to Disney Plus. Doctor Who's one of those like fan franchises that I know a little about because Disney has enough fan franchises they don't have time to watch other fan franchises. But that's about to change. So tomorrow, we're going to have a lot going on, including we're going to have Luke, our resident Doctor Who expert. You can tell he's our Doctor Who expert because he's British. He's going to dissect what this means. I do think it's kind of funny. The way we found out about this is someone had a picture of an exhibit that was happening for Disney executives at the Coronado Springs Resort, and they had costumes from Abbott Elementary and then the TARDIS. And I was like, Disney doesn't have anything to do with Doctor Who, or do they? So we'll go deep into what this all means tomorrow because we'll have an expert and I'm going to say something wrong and you're going to mock me because I didn't know how to pronounce Dalek or whatever. So we'll have all that fun for you tomorrow. But let's talk Star Wars. So, and we're going to bring in our Star Wars expert, Mike Celestino. Come on, Mike. There you are.
Wait, Mike has an intro.
Oh, okay.
Dang. I don't speak until my intro plays.
That's right. And I really should have been ready with this. Here we go. You ready?
Do you feel that there's a lot of upward mobility in the Muppets organization?
Star Wars crochet finger puppets. Wow, real raptor. I had a Scooter action figure when I was very young, like 4 or 5 years old. A little Scooter action figure, and my dog chewed it all up. Hi everyone, it's Mike Celestino with Laughing Place.
Thank you for joining us, Mike.
I like that video makes it seem like I spend at least half of my time either talking to or about Scooter from
the All right, I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead.
No.
So Mike, you got us an exclusive today about lightsabers.
Did I do that? Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, I guess
I'm going to give you credit, so you might as well take it.
Okay. Yes, we were granted the opportunity to exclusively reveal this morning at 8 a.m. Pacific time that we already knew that there was one of these coming, but we got to reveal what they looked like and reveal also the second one of these. So Qui-Gon Jinn lightsaber, and not Count Dooku, but Jedi Master Dooku from the Tales of the Jedi animated series coming tomorrow to Disney Plus. Both of these legacy lightsaber hilts are coming to both Shop Disney and Doc Ondar's Den of Antiquities at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. And you can see pictures of both of them on laughingplace.com. They get all the information, the price points, everything you need to know.
So, what do you think of them?
I think they look very cool. I don't collect the legacy lightsabers, but I know that they're a big deal. I know people go nuts for them. I have seen many people walking around with huge stacks of blades and hilts and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I know people are going to be jazzed about this and lining up to get them at the park and buying them on Shop Disney.
So, I would say probably the more sort of deeper Star Wars news came about late Sunday night, early Monday, that there's another Star Wars film in development. What we've had a lot of Star Wars films under development,
Yes.
and not many that have come out. So, what's your take here? I mean, we know it's being written by Damon Lindelof,
Yes.
and they already have a director lined up who worked
Yes.
on Ms. Marvel.
Yes.
So, what do you think? Were you a Lost fan?
Yes, as Doobie knows, I am a fan of Lost. We also know that the co-writer of this film is named Justin Britt Gibson, who wrote for shows called Counterpart and The Strain, and a movie called Into the Badlands. But yeah, my interpretation of this is, and tell me if I'm wrong, but my guess is like they had these other Star Wars movies that kept getting either postponed or canceled or whatever, and they kind of pulled an emergency cord and we're like, let's get a team together to put together something that we know we can put out. I mean, I don't know, who knows, this one might get canceled or postponed or whatever, but they had to cancel they had to pull that untitled Star Wars movie off the 2023 calendar, and then you got that other date coming up of 2025 it's gonna come up just as fast. So I think they just need something, and Damon Lindelof has earned a lot of credit. I loved Lost. I know it's deeply flawed, but I still love it nevertheless. But I also really loved The Leftovers, which is a TV series he created for HBO. And then he did the Watchmen sequel series on HBO, which was also really good. And he's done some movies that were, hit or miss. But I do think he's a really great writer and idea man. And I'm really looking forward to seeing what he comes up with. I know he's a big Star Wars guy. There's a ton of Star Wars references throughout Lost. There's even an episode called Some Like It Hoth that's all about, they're like time travel to the year 1979 or something, and Hurley is trying to help rewrite The Empire Strikes Back. But yeah, super excited for that.
So I was reading something on Puck, which is one of those sort of insider websites, basically saying, putting the blame on Kathy Kennedy, who just lost another VP of development, Michelle Rizwan, who is going to a producing deal, that she was begged not to announce projects yet because she keeps announcing projects and they don't happen, which is probably unequivocally true. I'm not a Kathy Kennedy basher, but there's definitely been a long list of movies and directors that didn't actually happen.
Yeah.
And so what's your take on this?
On
Kathy Kennedy, sort of, the lack of movie production.
Oh God. Well, I mean, it seems like everybody, all these projects keep getting delayed or canceled for different reasons. So I don't know if it's her fault or if it's just bad luck. I don't know if I have the answer for that. The last one that kind of got revealed was the Taika Waititi one, and he publicly said that he was writing it. So I don't know if that's still happening or which one's going to be coming first. I don't know. I really, they're not terribly transparent as far as like what's going on behind the scenes with this kind of stuff. They just kind of disappear into the ether.
And we're going to have Matt come on to discuss some breaking news that he might not even know about yet. But you already saw Tales of the Jedi, right?
Yes.
And today we got news that Yaddle is going to be voiced by Bryce Dallas Howard.
Yes, I knew that last week when I watched it, but I didn't think we were supposed to reveal it. But I think it leaked or something.
Well, Bryce Dallas Howard tweeted it, so
okay,
we're in a safe bet.
Okay, great. So now it's out there. Bryce
But she
Dallas
did.
Howard, director of The Mandalorian and Book of Boba Fett, and
star of
actress
Jurassic World trilogy,
and daughter of Ron Howard, is voicing Yaddle
and Lady in the Water.
Did she
Tales
do a
of the
good
Jedi.
job?
Yeah, she's really good. That episode is that might be my favorite episode of the series. Yaddle's only in one episode. I'll spoil that.
It's not wall to wall Yaddle.
When does Tales hit Disney Plus?
Midnight tonight.
Oh, awesome. I did have one comment about the movie, if you don't mind. This is my first Inside LP. I don't know how this works. Am I allowed to comment, even though I'm not the Star Wars guy?
Yeah, please.
So I think it's interesting that one of the major criticisms of the new Star Wars trilogy is it didn't have a cohesive start to end plan. And I figure a director or a writer like Damon Lindelof was proven he can write something that's clearly laid out from start to end. It's a perfect solution to that.
Well, as far as I know, this is only one movie. It's not a 6-year mystery box TV show.
That's all I wanted to say about that.
I love how even we Lost
go,
fans are willing to bash the show. Yeah, go ahead.
I'm going to let you go because we got some breaking news I want to talk to Mac about. So, Hi, Mac.
Hi.
I don't know if you saw this. No, it says Marvel, but we're actually going to talk about DC for a second.
Oh.
Because James Gunn has just been appointed as one of the co-chairmen and CEOs of DC Studios, and will oversee the overall direction of DC Universe across film, TV, and animation.
Whew, okay, well, I mean, I guess he's officially done with Guardians then. Looks like that's pretty much written in stone at this point.
Yeah, and so I mean that's the reason I want to bring it up. So we just got we'll talk about the Guardians trailer in a minute.
Which was released by James Gunn, right? I mean, it came out of his Twitter account.
Yes, yeah.
In the second Guardians, it's kind of set up like sort of a more, what would you call it, cosmic world with like the original Guardians that kind of popped up at the end. Yeah. It kind of felt like there's going to be one more Guardians movie, but then also there could be more that kind of take place in this world. That seems like it's probably not going to happen anymore, at least with under James Gunn's direction. So, I mean, since he's not able to lead Marvel, presumably, like, they're going to finish Guardians and that'll be the end of it. What do we think of the Marvel loss of? I mean, this isn't the first time they've lost James Gunn, but what do you think about the future of this?
Well, if I'm not mistaken, I believe it was always the plan for him that he wanted to do the 3 movies, and he was pretty much, done with the franchise. I guess the door was always open for him to do more. You throw enough money at someone, any door is going to stay open. But no, I do agree. I still think that there's definitely a path to go with sort of that cosmic direction that you mentioned after Guardians 2, and I think there's so many characters out there that will still carry a franchise. I mean, the Silver Surfer and, I don't know, Sentry, Nova obviously is one of the top on the list. So there's a lot of different ways you can go. And yeah, obviously James Gunn won't be the creative mind behind it going forward, it seems. But I think there's still a lot of opportunity there.
So we did get the trailer for the holiday special with the not even rumored, it's been announced for a while, but long in development holiday special. And well, what do you think? Do you like bacon? What's the difference?
Yeah, they announced some casting. I'm not really familiar with the guy's work too much, but they're introducing Kevin Bacon. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Playing the role of
Kevin Bacon, I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure. I think it looks great. It looks hilarious. I thought it was interesting, first off, that they are putting it under that special presentation banner that we saw with Werewolf by Night, as that was the first in that line. It looks like we could possibly, stick with this sort of format here, and it'd be pretty cool if we get a Halloween and a Christmas special every year. That'd be a lot of fun. But yeah, it looks as ridiculous as you would expect it to be. The premise of it just being getting Kevin Bacon as Star-Lord's Christmas gift. That's, completely bonkers and hilarious. So right up the alley of, James Gunn and the Guardians franchise that we've seen so far. There wasn't a ton of Marvel Easter eggs and stuff, but we do know Cosmo is going to be a part of the lineup, which, Benji, I'm sure you were very excited to see. Cosmo the space dog. We've seen the character before in the first Guardian, post-credit scene of the first Guardians too, as part of the collector's gallery. And then also, I don't know if you saw this, but Marvel, in their post about the trailer, actually listed the cast and included Michael Rooker, who played Yondu over the franchise. And so it looks like he's going to be in this in some capacity. There's Cosmo. Is that the Guardians game, Cosmo?
Excellent question, Mac. Excellent question.
Yeah, I believe it is.
I think so. Yeah.
Well, he
Yeah,
has puppies in that one.
Yes. But yeah, I thought that was interesting. Michael Rooker is going to have a role to play. We're going to see return of Yondu for the holiday special. I would expect in probably a memory of some sort, but we'll see.
So we weren't on yesterday because we were busy, but yesterday we also got two versions of the Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumania trailer. I don't know what you prefer.
Do we want to show the whole Ant version of it right now? I think we could get away with that.
I don't think we can get a copyright flag for that, right?
No, I love that they did that. Also, I don't know if you saw the description on their YouTube video for it, but it was, what is this, a trailer for ants? Nice. I'm always going to love a Zoolander reference. But this trailer, it looks awesome. Again, there wasn't a ton to break down from a Marvel Comics fan perspective. There wasn't, this is not the ant-sized one, by the way. This is, the real trailer here. There wasn't a ton of Easter eggs and background characters aside from the residents of the quantum realm, who to me didn't look like anybody in particular. But I guess we'll have to see if they just changed up the looks of some characters. But it was great just to see Kang in full Kang costume for the first time. We see Catherine Newton now playing Cassie Lang, and we actually even see her in her stature or stinger suit, whatever name they choose to give her, if we even get a superhero name for her in this movie. But so there's a lot of stuff to be excited about for this movie, and first, it looks beautiful, by the way. Some of these shots in the quantum realm, really, really impressive.
So a lot of this stuff was similar to what they showed at Comic-Con D23 Expo, which I know you weren't at, but it kind of teases that somehow Cassie screws up the whole universe by doing a science project in her basement, which just is terrifying, but kind of cool. Wow, everyone thinks it looks like something else.
To me, it looked like Metaverse Thor. Into the Metaverse, isn't that what it was called?
Into the Metaverse?
The
What is the
multiverse?
last multiverse? Thank you. Sorry. I've been on Facebook a lot lately.
Yeah,
Thor,
there you
into
go.
the multiverse.
No, but all in the game I see is saying it looks like Stinger will be the direction they go for Cassie Lang as opposed to Stature. I mean, it's really just semantics, but just what we're gonna call her. Oh yeah, who's this guy?
So Mac did, despite the fact he just said there's not much to break down in this trailer, he did an extensive trailer breakdown on Laughing Place that you'll want to go check out.
I meant there's not a lot of Easter eggs, like Marvel Comics related stuff. There's a lot to look at in this trailer. For example, Scott Lang being recognized by Baskin Robbins, because we know they always find out. So it was nice calling back to that as well.
Well, it's also funny how silly this thing starts with like the
Yeah.
most silly thing in like MCU history, which is basically the whole Baskin Robbins bit, and then goes like Kang the Conqueror. It progresses so fast.
So
which is
Matt,
kinda cool.
if I can ask you as our resident Marvel expert, what I like about Ant-Man is it's really a departure from the rest of Marvel. The stories are smaller. It's mostly a comedy. It's just much more grounded, and I can, yeah, exactly.
Smaller stories, got it.
Is this going to ruin that and make it big and not quite as enjoyable for people like me?
As much as I don't want to say it's going to ruin that, I do think it is going to sort of be this first stepping stone towards the big overall arc for the next phase. Kang obviously being sort of the big bad, at least that we know of for now. So yeah, I think this is going to be the big launching pad here. So I don't think it's going to be as self-contained. And for what it's worth, Doobie, I do agree with you. I like those grounded stories that keep the stakes a little bit smaller. But that doesn't seem to be the case with this movie here.
Thank you, Mac.
If we can, real quick, if you can get the picture of Chronopolis, there's a theory going around out there that there's some markings you can see on some of the buildings, the city that you see in the quantum realm, which is Kang's empire here. The theory is that these markings look very similar to what you see on the 10 Rings and what you see on the bangle in Miss Marvel. And there's sort of a time element to all of those, right? The 10 Rings make Wenwu immortal. We see Kamala travel through time. Looks like it's all connected here. So like they're kind of piecing things together over the course of the phase with this film here. So
are we sure that's not just the World Showcase Lagoon?
It's a slightly less obstructed view, actually.
Wow. So as we go inside LP, you were about to leave to go to LA.
Because the VFX team has already moved on to another project.
Have you seen the season finale of She-Hulk yet, Doobie?
No, but that's okay. Don't let that get in the way of your show.
No, that's it. I mean, it was just a joke we threw out there.
It was a joke that you'll get later.
Yeah.
Oh.
You provided no reaction, so I was like,
Visual effects thing.
So you're gonna go see Black Panther, Wakanda Forever, Thursday night. So tomorrow night's the premiere, and we'll have the social reaction from the folks that attended the premiere. You'll see it Thursday night. So we're gonna do a special late night edition of Marvel Time after that to talk comics as well as Black Panther. And then you're going to attend a press conference. So basically, starting tomorrow, every day we'll have a different Black Panther feature. So go ahead and follow us and have a safe trip, Mac.
Is Mac not talking about the Guardians trailer at all?
Didn't we just do that already?
No, we did Quantum. Did we do Guardians in the Christmas special?
Kevin Bacon and all that?
Oh man, I forgot to play it. Talk a little bit more, Matt.
Space Bug and
Wait, special presentation. Yeah, there we go. Well,
there you go.
Where was I? Talk, Mac.
Excellent.
Physically or mentally, where were you?
We were talking James Gunn, and I somehow missed it. I'm sorry.
That's right. I'm really excited for it, though. I can't wait. And November 25th is a little bit earlier than I thought. That's something to mention too. November 25th, we got the date for the holiday special as well.
Well, and it's interesting too because we already got the email of what's coming to Disney Plus in November, and then as they want to do, we'll then the next day announce something else that's not on that list.
Right.
So it's super helpful all the time.
Did you see Black Adam, Mac?
I have not seen Black Adam. No, I am interested, but I haven't watched it yet.
Okay.
The last pre-James Gunn. Well, I guess that's not true. We have Shazam coming.
Aggressively okay. I love that description.
So we also got some Disney World news today about Blizzard Beach, and it is going to be reopening. And goodbye, alligators, and hello, what are these called? Snoogies? Snogies? It rhymes with boogie, so it's Snoogie. Which they're basically what happens when Elsa sneezes.
I'm still hung up on the fact that you passed up the opportunity to say "see you later, alligators," but you know.
Wow.
After a while, crocodile.
What a nerd.
So I don't know. Those alligators were such a big deal when the park opened. It was like their mascot. They were so proud of them. But Frozen overtakes everything. IP is everywhere, and it feels like if you can bring back the picture, it kind of feels like they modeled some for the ride in Norway and had some extra, and just plopped them on there. So
Snow G's, like Bee Gees.
oh, Snow G's like Bee Gees. Okay, that works. So are you excited? What's your thoughts on Blizzard Beach, Jimmy?
Well, it is my second favorite Disney World water park, and but that said, it is a very good water park. I have no problem with it. It's Lazy River, which is my favorite component of a water park, is excellent, but the wave pool can't even begin to compare to Typhoon Lagoon, although it does allow rafts, and that is a bonus for it. I'm not a slide person, but at some point in my life, maybe when I know I'm going to die in the next few days, I will go on Summit Plummet just for the experience. And that's all I have to say about that. They are adorable, aren't they? I want to ask Mac, I'm trying to figure out how to phrase this. Mac, do you like IP in water parks?
I can't think of another example of intellectual property in water parks.
Rebecca, your job is so safe. I
They,
can't think of one either. Is this the first real IP in one of Disney's water parks?
well, they've done things where it's like Goofy was at River Country.
You know what I mean, like a permanent attraction. Obviously, there are places, but a permanent attraction or land based on IP.
Yeah, I think so. At least in terms of any scale. I mean, not some weird reference to Pollyanna or something. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, it's very interesting. I don't care. I don't spend a whole lot of time in Tykes Peak, to be honest. But it's interesting, and I don't mind anyway. I mean, a water park is a good place for IP. That's one place. There's only so much Disney can do that's special in a water park, but by bringing in heavy Disney IP into it, that does seem like a way they can make it truly special. Of all the places to put it, this to me is a good one. So
well, it's also I don't know that like unlike Universal, which considers their water park a theme park. The water parks are always kind of nice themed water parks, but it doesn't have the same level of storytelling or anything like the theme parks do. They're always where it's because you're on a slide. It's not like you're in Adventureland. It's fully immersive and all that stuff. So
it's pretty good. At a different time, we may argue that more. Wait, sorry, bad one. Misadventure Falls. So that's a part of the SCA. So that's certainly IP, but that's IP that started in the park. So I don't quite
I was
in the
questioning
same category. And this is a good question. Are you guys expecting Ice Skater to be phased out overall over time? What do you think?
I don't know. It's a good question. I believe there was some sort of weird like licensing thing with him where like someone sued over his presence. Like,
really? Well, Benji does his research on that. If they wanted to put IP in the Kids on a Typhoon Lagoon, what do you think? My first thought was Doctor Who. How about you, Mac?
that fits perfectly. I think Doctor Who is the way to go.
Yeah, that's why they acquired him.
I really want to know. I have to learn a lot. Luke is going to have a lot to teach. We're going to have like a whole lecture series from Luke just internally.
Well, if you want to catch up on the whole series, at least it should only take a couple hours, right? It's not like it was very long.
There's like 5 million episodes.
I said,
yeah.
I don't remember. I think I said this in our internal meeting this morning that I've been avoiding Doctor Who. It's been chasing me since I was about 5 years old, and it has finally caught me. And
it's like that. What do you call it? The that horror movie where it follows.
Yes,
like it just constantly following you, and finally it got you.
Always there. Yeah,
But,
Mac knows how I felt when Disney acquired Marvel. I've been corrected already. I was doing DR period who. It is never DR period who.
Right.
It was never.
God.
That's like putting Spider-Man as one word.
Same goes for Strange or Doom, by the way.
Doctor Strange and Doctor Doom.
Oh, really? Is that just
And same goes for Dr. Schwartz, my urologist.
I think actually, now that I think about it, I feel like I have seen it in some comics as DR, but
Dude, I would
for the most part, movie titles and things like that, it's always spelled out.
JJ says Loki was sort of an attempt at an America Doctor Who. Ask Luke about that one tomorrow. That's interesting.
Huh.
Well, to wrap up, let's bring it back to Disney Plus because I want to hear your favorite Elton John song because we got new details
Goodbye, Norma Jean.
Of the live stream performance of the final Elton John concert. Because actually 47 years ago today, he performed at Dodger Stadium. And so they will be live streaming his final performance, which also happens to be at Dodger Stadium, on Disney Plus. So there'll be a countdown show at 7:30 Pacific, and then the main show will happen at 8 o'clock. And obviously, Elton John has a long Disney history. In fact, if you go back to that picture that Doobie quickly got rid of, EJ is also, if you go to High School Musical, this series, there's a character named EJ who goes by the nickname Rocket Man. And this season, they discovered that the reason he is called Rocket Man is because he was named after Elton John. But obviously, he did the music for The Lion King and Aida, and he appeared in Totally Minnie singing Don't Go Breaking My Heart with Minnie Mouse. So do you have a favorite Elton John song, Mac?
Well, I mean, after that Ant-Man trailer, it's Goodbye Yellow Brick Road.
What about you, Doobie?
I absolutely do, believe it or not. I'm not a huge Elton fan, but my favorite Elton John song is I guess that's why they call it the blues. And I might even know every word to that song. I absolutely love that song.
And you're gonna sing the whole thing right
like
now.
Children living like lovers, rolling like thunder. I could have chosen a more family friendly lyric from that. Anyway, I love that song.
So that's what's going on inside LP. Just to give you a little bit of an update, Barely Necessities will not be on today. We will be back tomorrow. So tomorrow, I'm going to run down the schedule of what's happening, not only with us, but across Disney. We are going to, Bob Chapek is going to be doing a presentation with the Wall Street Journal at around 11:25. So we'll be watching that. After that's over, we'll come back and we'll do a special edition of Inside LP where we'll talk about what Bob Chapek mentioned. We'll talk about Doctor Who, and we'll talk about whatever else is going on inside Disney. Then at 2 o'clock, we'll have the rescheduled Barely Necessities. Then follow us here at 5:15 for coverage from out of the Black Panther premiere in Hollywood. And then we will be here for the social reaction as well out of the Black Panther premiere. So the easiest way to do this, that would be nice. The easiest way to do that is just go to laughingplace.com/TV. Just have us on your television and just always get Disney into your eyeballs and into your ear holes. And
That's enticing.
That's the way you always will know what's going on. So even as we're live and James Gunn plays the role of Benedict Arnold as he goes over to DC Films to run it, we will be here to talk about it.
Lots more Peacemaker coming, I guess.
Interesting. Are we done?
Make it sound less attractive.
Am I supposed to
I
end now?
can.
Oh, wait, we have more comments. Oh, make it sound less attractive. All right. Oh, nice. Who says nice dress? Show it off real quick, Ben. And the backside. Oh, yeah.
That's the first time anyone's ever wanted to see my backside.
Sadly, it's not the first time you've shown it.
Well, I show all the time.
Are you done?
Anyway, we will be back. We got a big day tomorrow, so check us out and follow along for all the craziness. And have a safe flight, Mac.
Thanks.
Bye, everybody.